Chapter 21. I still had to go get the wagon and make the other deliveries. Billy went along, walking his bike. All at once, we both seemed tongue tied, as though we hadn't just made that crazy run with the tomatoes. He didn't mention his long absence or his new duds. Haven't seen you, I said. Been gone. Mm hmm. As if to say where to and why didn't you tell someone and what about the plant? My grandma's. He could have told me. She give you the bike? Nope. We walked a while, quiet, and then he said, My mom came back. I hadn't known she was gone. That would explain the dirty kitchen before and the clean shirt and combed hair now. From where? From my grandma's. She'd been gone a while. She had to get away. From my pop. You know, he was. I know. I reckon everybody knows. But it ain't exactly like they think. I suppose not. I I wasn't any angel for my mom either. When she left to go stay with my grandma, she tried to take me, but I got out at the first filling station and walked back. What did your dad say? He was passed out on the couch. He never knew I'd been gone. Just thought mom had left. She didn't come back for you? She knew I could fend for myself. I'd done it for a long time while she was out working to put food on the table. She thought I'd call her when I got hungry enough, but I never did. Get hungry or call? Call. Somebody had to take care of my pop. He sure as heck couldn't take care of himself. I cringed. Who did that leave to take care of Billy? So, when did she come back? Well, she came back once right after school was out. She figured I'd go with her then, but I wouldn't leave Pop. It seemed odd to me, a boy taking care of his father. I worried about Dad, yes. I tried to keep his mind off the danger Jeff might be in, but he and my mother took care of me. I'd always thought that's the way families were. So she stayed? Nah, not then. But she's back again now. I went and got her. You? How? He drew a long breath as though this would take some time. Well, soon after we made the soaker hose, Pop was gone for a couple of days. Really gone. Not just in his head. Couldn't find him anywhere. I figured he'd gone to get Mom, get her to come home. What did you do? I hitchhiked to my grandma's, but Pop wasn't there. Mom and I came back. Grandma, too. Found Pop in a ditch, passed out, and got him to the doctor's. Doc Sanders? What did he say? Said there wasn't nothing he can do but send him to Topeka. What's there? Hospital of some kind. Mom says he'll be back. Someday. He will. I wanted it to be true. About the statue, Billy said, surprising me. That seemed ages ago. What? I did it. I know. How the hell do you know so much? He said, not even bothering to take back his swear word. I didn't answer, and he went right on as if he had to get this out. We was turning over an outhouse that night, them kids from junior high and me. The guy came out of his house screaming and yelling. We ran off, but when we went inside, we went back. First thing we know, the sheriff is there saying, You kids better come with me now. The other guys got away, but I couldn't run fast enough. Sheriff put me in his car and pulled up to my house. Billy puffed himself up and repeated what the sheriff had said. I'll have a word with your father. Huh, I said. Yes, sir, and went through the kitchen and out the back door while he was waiting in the front room for my pop, who probably wasn't even there. Where'd you go? To the Burts. That slab the statue sits on is a good place to sleep. You can look at the stars. He stopped as though his story was finished. Well? Well, I woke up with that wild animal's two big feet right plunk on my chest. Scared the bejeebers out of me. Wolfie? Exactly what I thought he was, a wolf. Didn't look anything like himself. I sprung up and bumped into the statue. It wobbled, and I realized it wasn't stuck to the base. I pulled it down and threw it at him. I knew the rest. Why didn't you just tell us? I couldn't have paid for that statue, and I felt awful about the dog. But Wolfie got well, and nobody had to pay for the statue. Dad fixed it. It's back there now. I know. Is that why you didn't come to the garden at first? Because of the statue? That, looking out for my pop, working for Junker. You had a job? At the junkyard? You never said. You never asked. Must have made a lot of money, I said, looking at his bike. Nah, a nickel a week for an ice cream and a promise. I never figured Junker'd keep the promise. He rubbed away a smudge on his handlebars. I mean, where can you buy a bike in wartime? Junker bought the bike? No, he made it. Kind of. Put together old parts people had junked. Somebody's frame, somebody else's tires. Junker can fix anything. It beats all. And he's a real artist with a paintbrush. Good as new. He beamed. I couldn't get used to Billy's face being so clean. Something else to tell you, he said. What? My grandma loved the tomato. Wanted to know your secret.